Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Killer back here today with another video. Thank you guys for dropping by. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a Brooklyn Nets rebuild and taking a look at the record for this team. They are 29-19 on the year and sitting 5th in the conference. And honestly, if I'm a Nets fan, I wouldn't really be too worried about this team just because they do have the ability to be a great team when healthy, and it showed when they went on that stretch a while back when they won like 18 out of 20 games. So if you are a Brooklyn Nets fan, I wouldn't really worry about this team too much. I definitely think that they will probably end up being a top 4 seed in the East, but I do think that they need to make a trade desperately, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows who I'm talking about when I say that. So if you guys don't know, I think they should look to try to trade Ben Simmons, just because he just hasn't been the player that they thought he was gonna be. He hasn't been the same ever since that series against the Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs. He just hasn't been the same. It looks like he just lost so much confidence, and I don't even think that he's hurt. I think it's more he just lost confidence, just because this is the same guy we're talking about that refused to even attempt a three-pointer just because he didn't want to, I guess, try. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Nets did trade him, just because they're paying him about more than 35 mil a season just to average 7, 6.5, and 6.5. Like, nah, they need to go ahead and trade him. I honestly thought too, if confidence was a big thing, I don't even know why they traded him to Brooklyn. You would have thought that maybe they would have traded him somewhere to like a smaller market team like Indiana or maybe Charlotte, something like that, but they just pretty much threw him right in the spotlight, pairing him up with KD and Kyrie Irving. So I think the Brooklyn Nets definitely need to look to make a trade to try to trade Ben Simmons. So that's what we will be doing in today's video. We're going to be trading him. I don't know for what yet. Preferably, I would like to either get a shooting guard or a power forward, just because I am going to move Kyrie back to a point guard, and then I will be moving Kevin Durant back to a small forward. So a shooting guard or a power forward is preferably what I would want for Ben Simmons. And taking a look at the rest of the team, we have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving not going anywhere. Nicholas Claxton, he will be our starting center for the rest of the video. I like what he brings defensively, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. He is definitely a good player right there. TJ Warren, I might look to bring him back. Depends how he does for us this year. But if he doesn't do too well, I probably would look to try to bring in a better 6-man. Seth Curry, I would definitely like to keep around just because he is a really efficient shooter. So definitely look to try to bring him back. Joe Harris, I would like to trade that in his big contract. It will definitely be hard to trade, but I will try to do it. Patty Mills, I would probably like to try to get a better backup point guard. Sumner's probably won't be back. Royce O'Neal won't be back. Cameron Thomas, I might look to package him maybe with Joe Harris just to get some like a couple draft picks, maybe, just because he does have value because he is a young player. Watanabe, probably look to bring it back. He is shooting almost 48% from deep, so I would probably look to bring him back if he doesn't ask for too much money. Morris probably won't be back. Day'Ron Sharpe, same thing with Thomas. I might look to package him with Joe Harris or somebody else just to try to get a little bit more, maybe like a first round draft pick or something like that, involve him in the trade. And same thing with probably Kessler Edwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to see what I could get for Ben Simmons. And like I said, I would preferably want a shooting guard or power forward. So we're gonna go ahead and see what I could get, and I'll show you guys when I get to the trade. All right, so I think this is a trade I'm going to be making. I'm going to be sending Ben Simmons and TJ Warren to the Chicago Bulls for DeMar DeRozan and Andre Drummond. And honestly, I think this is a trade that works out good for both teams because we get DeRozan, somebody that is a good player, and instead of him spending his last couple of good years in Chicago trying to fight to make the playoffs, we are pairing him up with Kyrie Irving and KD so he could have a good shot at winning the title. And then we will be sending Ben Simmons to the Chicago Bulls, somebody who's younger than DeRozan and probably fits their timeline more. So we will be doing this trade, and just like that, DeMar DeRozan is now a Brooklyn Net. Ben Simmons is now a Chicago Bull. We're already starting this video off pretty good. All right, and the next trade that I'm going to be making, I'm going to be sending Joe Harris and a first-round pick to the Orlando Magic for Jonathan Isaac. Do they accept this trade? And they do. All right, so taking a look at the new lineup for the Brooklyn Nets for the rest of season number 1, we got Kyrie Irving, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, Jonathan Isaac, and Nicholas Claxton. Off the bench, we got Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, Patty Mills, and Royce O'Neal. Taking a look at the system proficiency for this team, it is going to be 4 stars. Is anything better? No, so we will go with 7 seconds. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for the player, KD could stay at a 95, Irving could stay at 85, DeRozan could stay at a 90. Claxton could go up a little bit to about a 55. Andre Drummond can go up a little bit to about a 60. Jonathan Isaac could stay at a 55. Seth Curry could go all the way up to about a 65. Patty Mills could go up to about a 60. And then Royce O'Neal can definitely go up. I don't know why they have him so low at 30. He could go up to about a 55. So with this team, I just realized too, we don't really have the best spacing with our power forward and center. So hoping that doesn't hurt us too much. But with this team, I do have 3 All-NBA caliber players. So I'm expecting to finish at least with the top 4 record in the East. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate season number 1, and I will catch you guys at the end. Alright, so at the end of season number 1, Luka winning MVP, Paolo winning Rookie of the Year, Mathurin winning 6th Man of the Year, Giannis winning Depoy, Sagoon winning Most Improved, Joe Mazzulla winning Coach of the Year. Taking a look at who made the All-NBA team, did we get any Brooklyn Nets? We got Kevin Durant on All-NBA second team, and surprisingly, we didn't get Kyrie or DeMar on any All-NBA teams. What about defensive teams? And surprisingly, we didn't get anybody. We didn't even get Jonathan Isaac or Nicholas Claxton on all defensive team. That's kind of surprising. But taking a look at where we finished on the year, we ended up going 54-28. So we are good enough for the 3rd best record in the East, so not too bad. And then taking a look at the player stats for the season, we had Kevin Durant leading the way with 27 points, 6.5 boards, and 5 assists. Kyrie Irving with about 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. And then DeMar DeRozan with almost 25 points, 4.5 boards, and almost 5.5 assists. I'll definitely take that. Definitely a better fit on this team than Ben Simmons was. And Seth Curry with about 13 points. Was he efficient? Oh yeah, he was definitely efficient, shooting 44% from deep. Nicholas Claxton with about 12 points and 9 rebounds, almost over 2 blocks a game. Royce O'Neal with about 8 points, Andre Drummond with about 7 and 7 off the bench, Jonathan Isaac with about 7, 6, 1 steal, 1 assist, 2 steals, and almost 2 blocks a night. Yeah, he just wasn't efficient. I don't know what it is. He can never be efficient in his games. It's always like really bad when he shoots the ball, but we are 3rd in the West, so 3rd in the East, so hopefully he could try to get this up. Sumners with about 6 points, Patty Mills with about 6.5, Thomas with about 6.5, Watanabe with about 6, Morris, and then you guys see the rest right here. So we are taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, so Harden taking on his old team. Did they add anybody new? No, I don't think they added anybody new, so we will be facing them, and I'm not too worried. I actually probably should adjust the minutes real quick, so that's what I'm gonna do. So Royce O'Neal can get a little bit less, Patty Mills can get a little bit less, Drummond can stay there, Curry could go down just a little bit. We're gonna give 2 more here, 2 more here, 1 more here, and I think that should be it. I don't know why Nicholas Claxton went down. He actually went down 4 overalls. Okay, but hopefully we can win in year number 1, and maybe that'll make him happy. So taking on the Philadelphia 76ers in round number 1, we will be simulating the round, and just like that, we end up winning in 6 games against Philly. And taking a look at the box scores for this series, we had Philly winning game 1, Kevin Durant dropping 39 and 25. Game number 2, we ended up winning, KD with 36, Kyrie with 23, DeRozan with 22. Game number 3, we ended up losing in overtime as Kyrie dropped 26, KD with 23. Game number 4, we did end up winning, DeRozan with 25 and Kyrie with 19. Game number 5, we also ended up winning as we had Kevin Durant dropping 36 and Kyrie Irving dropping 28. And then game number 6, we ended up winning as Kyrie dropped 32 and Kevin Durant dropped 30 and 10, and DeMar DeRozan dropped 27 and 7 assists. So definitely we'll take that. Pretty good showing from our big 3. Now we are taking on the 2nd seeded Cleveland Cavaliers. Did they add anybody else? They did not. They pretty much have the same exact team, so not too worried against this teams. Maybe the bigs might kill us in this series, but we will be simulating the whole round. And boom, just like that, we ended up beating them in 5 games. So taking a look at the series, the stats, game number 1, we did end up winning by by 16 points. Kyrie dropping 30, DeRozan dropping 23, and Kevin Durant dropping 23. Game number 2, we ended up winning by 28 points. Kevin Durant with 44 and 15, Kyrie with 21. Game number 3, we did end up losing as Kevin Durant dropped 33, DeRozan dropped 20. Game number 4, we did end up winning by DeRozan dropping 30 and Kevin Durant dropping 25. And then game number 5, we did end up winning as Kyrie Irving dropped 36 and Kevin Durant dropped 31. All right, so we are in the Eastern Conference Finals taking on the Miami Heat. Taking a look at who they added. They added Miles Bridges to the team, as he's been doing pretty good for this team. Not too bad. And did they add anybody else? They did not. And actually, Tyler Hero's coming off the bench. Victor Oladipo is starting ahead of him. That's crazy. But taking a look, they also added Nicholas Batum, and I think that's pretty much about it. So I'm not too worried about this team, so we will go ahead and simulate the round once again. And ooh, just like that, we ended up winning in 7. They almost came back, as Ja Morant wins Western Conference MVP and Kevin Durant wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP, as we are going to the finals in year number 1. Taking a look at the series for this, taking a look at the stats for this series, we ended up winning game number 1. Kevin Durant dropped 27, DeRozan with 22. Game number 2, we ended up winning, as Kyrie dropped 24 and Durant dropped 24 and DeRozan dropped 20. Game number 3, we ended up winning by 2 points. So we ended up going up 3 games to 0, as Kyrie dropped 32 and then Durant dropped 29 in this game. And we almost blew a 3-0 lead to go to the finals, as game number 4, they barely won by 1 point. Kyrie with 33, DeRozan with 32. Game number 5, we ended up losing by 11, as Kyrie dropped 36 and Durant dropped 26. Game number 6, we ended up losing, as Kevin Durant dropped 37 and DeRozan with 24. And game number 7, we did end up clutching it out, as we won by 18 points and DeRozan led the way with 35 and Kevin Durant dropped 21, 11, and 8. Not bad, as we are facing the Memphis Grizzlies now in the NBA Finals. Did they add anybody else? Nope. It looks like they kept the same exact team. So we will be simulating game by game now. So game number 1, we do end up winning. Let's go, as we do end up winning by 21 points. Durant dropping 33, 7, and 8. Kyrie with 29 and DeRozan with 24. Game number 2, come on, let's go up 2-0, and boom, just like that, we end up winning by 1 point. Ooh, that was a close game. Ended up winning by 1 point. DeRozan led the way with 21, Durant with 18, and Kyrie with 16. Game number 3, come on, let's go up 3-0. Let's go up 3-0, and boom, just like that, we do, as we end up winning by 16 points in game number 3. Kyrie dropping 28, DeRozan with 27, and Kevin Durant with 26, 10, and 7. Let's finish it right here. Come on, let's try to sweep this team, showing no mercy. We are in Memphis though. If we do win this game, we will be celebrating in front of Memphis fans. We are down by 9 points in the 4th quarter with 9 minutes to go. Come on, let's try to come back. We are down by 7. Come on, make this comeback. Okay, you know what, it's fine. We could go ahead and win it in Brooklyn. So game number 4, we did end up losing, as Kevin Durant dropped 30 and 13 and DeRozan with 24. Kyrie Irving, how many? He only dropped 10 points. Ooh. Come on, Kyrie. We need you to step up. We need you to step up. We are going to be simulating this game with Simcast. So let's see. We do start the first quarter off strong. Second quarter is a little bit rough. Third quarter is a little bit rough too. Come on, we got to play better defense. All right, just like that, we do end up going up. Come on. Just like that, we are up big. Up by 9 points. Up by 7. Yeah. We just ended up winning the NBA championship in year number 1 after trading Ben Simmons. The Brooklyn Nets have won the NBA championship, and your finals MVP is Kevin Durant, averaging 25 points, 8.5 boards, almost 6 assists, almost a steal a night with 1 block, shooting 48% from the field and 37% from deep. Not bad. Not bad. Checking out the stats for game number 5, DeRozan led the way with 29 points, Kyrie with 21, and then Kevin Durant with 17, 9, and 8. So definitely we won the trade by trading Ben Simmons, as I don't even think the Bulls, did they make the playoffs? Okay, so they did make the playoffs. I wonder how Ben Simmons did for the rest of the year. I mean, he wasn't too bad, averaging 14 points in the playoffs for Chicago in what, like 6 games. So definitely, like I said, definitely the Brooklyn Nets need to try to consider trading Ben Simmons, and I think adding DeRozan to the team actually would be really good, just because DeRozan is playing really good basketball for his age. I think he's about 32 or 33. He is, yeah, 33 years old, and he's still putting up really good numbers. So I think it would make sense for the Nets to try to go out and trade him. He's in his prime right now. I mean, this is probably honestly the last good year he's gonna have before he starts to decrease, before he starts to regress in real life. So I would definitely try to make a win move now, but I definitely do think that Ben Simmons' time in Brooklyn might be coming to an end. But I actually want to do one more season with this team, just because it was good winning in year 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it back. I think I'm pretty much gonna run it back with the same team, so I'll catch you guys at the start of season number 2 with the rotations. All right, so for the rookie signings, I ended up picking both these guys up. And then for the player options, I think I'm going to pick everybody up here except Royce O'Neal. I don't think I'm going to be bringing him back. And taking a look at the qualifying offers, you know, we could go ahead and offer it to him. Why not? And yeah, so we are going to be running it back with the same team. So I'm pretty much just need Kyrie. We're good on shooting guard. So 1, 2 with Kyrie. That's 3. Kevin Durant 4, 5, 6. Drummond 7. Backup small forward 8, and then point guard 9. So I think we should be good. All right, and real quick, a trade that we will be making, and we're going to be sending Sumners, Edwards, and Miller to the Golden State Warriors for Kevon Looney, just because I wasn't able to bring back Andre Drummond. Do they accept this trade? And yes, they do. All right, so for season number 2, this is what the rotation is looking like. We got Kyrie Irving, DeRozan, Durant, Isaac, and Claxton. Off the bench, we got Curry, Looney, Thomas, and Strouder. And taking a look at system proficiency for this team, it is going to be 4 stars. Nothing is better, so we will go ahead and run with 7 seconds. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for these players, Durant could stay at a 95, Kyrie could stay at an 85, Claxton could go up a little bit to a 60, DeRozan could stay at a 90, Isaac could go up a little bit to a 55, Kevon Looney could definitely go up to about a 50, Cam Thomas can go down a little bit to a 65, Seth Curry could go up to a 65. Watanabe's not going to be playing for us, Sharp's not going to be playing for us, and Schroeder could go up a little bit to about we could go up to about a 65. So with this team, DeRozan did regress just a little bit, so I'm not sure how good we will do this year, but I am interested to see how good this team could be with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and DeMar DeRozan playing a full season together. So we will be simulating season number 2, and I will catch you guys at the end. All right, so at the end of season number 2, Trae Young wins MVP, Victor winning Rookie of the Year, Cole Anthony winning Sixth Man, Victor winning Defensive Player of the Year, Kuminga winning Most Improved, and then Chris Finch winning Coach of the Year. Do we get anybody on an All-NBA team? And yes, we do. We get Kevin Durant on All-NBA second team. And surprisingly, no Kyrie or DeMar DeRozan. Okay, what about all defensive team? Do we get Claxton? Do we get Jonathan Isaac? Yes, we do on all defensive second team. And then taking a look at where we finished on the year. We ended up going bad. We dropped from champions to making the play-in tournament. We go 40 and 42. You know what? I'm going to blame this on DeMar DeRozan's regression. I don't know why he goes down so much after year number 1. But still, to go 40 and 42. Damn, that is crazy. All right, so taking a look at the player stats for the year, Durant only averaged 23. Only averaged 23. Okay. Only averaged 23 points, about 7 boards, and 5 assists. Kyrie only put up 22 points. I don't know why they didn't score more. I would have thought they would have scored like 25 each. DeRozan wasn't even bad. He averaged 18 on the year. Claxton with about 12 and 9.5 boards. Curry with about 12 points. Was he efficient? Definitely. He was actually better. He was actually better this year than he was last year. Cam Thomas with about 8.5. Jonathan Isaac with about 8 and 6. How efficient was he? I mean, he did get better. He did get better shooting the ball. Kevin Looney with about 7 and 8 boards off the bench. Strouder with about 6.5. Was he efficient? Okay, yeah, he was pretty efficient too, averaging about 47% from the field and almost 40% from deep as a rookie. So I'm not really sure what it was. Maybe Cam Thomas. Maybe we needed somebody better, another veteran or something. I'm not too sure, but we are going up against the Toronto Raptors, so I'm not really confident in this series or this year, just because we did go 40 and 42. From being champions, we end up making the play-in tournament. That doesn't seem right, but you know what? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll with it. But I will be playing Strouder right here instead of Day'Ron Sharpe. So we will be simulating the play-in tournament, just seeing how we go. So hopefully we do make the playoffs, and no, we do end up getting eliminated by the Philadelphia 76ers. So from winning the championship last year, we didn't even make the playoffs. We missed it completely. That is not what I wanted. But you know what? I went ahead and I brought a championship to Brooklyn in year number 1. So y'all can't really say much. I brought a championship to Brooklyn. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to go drop a like and subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. And make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Like I said, I personally think Ben Simmons needs to go. I don't think he really fits the current timeline of the Brooklyn Nets. When you got 2 superstars like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, You need somebody who's going to be in there trying to win now, not somebody who's trying to build back his confidence. You need to either have that confidence right now or you got to go. But let me know what you guys think about this trade or these trade ideas about Ben Simmons. Do you actually want to keep him on the team? If you're a Nets fan, would you rather keep him, or do you want to go ahead and trade him? But anyways, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe. Peace.